on. He's going through a lot of paranoia. I mean, he has no power to do that. Will Lil Nas X be offered new deals after this stunt he just pulled? What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody feeling today? As we've all been talking about, Lil Nas X was seen walking the streets of LA. I think it was 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, wearing some white underwear and some white cowboy boots. Some people have said it was mental illness. Some people have said it was, you know what I mean, a humiliation ritual. Some people were saying it was a publicity stunt to get attention. I did a video prior stating why Lil Nas X pulled this stunt. But some people were saying that they bet that he's probably going to get some kind of deal again. You know what I mean? After pulling a stunt like this. So that's what we're going to look into in this video. Will Lil Nas X's career rebound because he pulled the stunt of walking up and down the street naked at 4 o'clock in the morning? Now, y'all know, of course, before I start this reading, I need to put out my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. So now that we got that disclaimer out the way, let's get these cards shuffled. And let's look into whether Lil Nas X will have any more deals or offers handed to him after pulling such a stunt. So let's pull the cards and let's see if we get the answers that we seek. I asked the cards if Lil Nas X is going to get more deals now. Now that he done pulled that crazy stunt of him walking down the street naked at 4 a.m. Well, you know, semi-naked. And so, like I said, you got the Chariot, you got the 7 of Wands in reverse, which means there's a lot of competition or there's a lot of setback going on. I do see him progressing forward with something, but he lacks a lot of resources. Somebody else is dangling resources over him. And I feel like right now, he's under a lot of negative control. You know what I mean? He feels very jaded and bitter, too. He's trying to build his career back, but I'm feeling like there's somebody at the top that's holding him down right now. You know what I mean? So you got the World card, meaning some kind of project being completed. Then you get next to the Knight of Cups, which is some kind of travel card or movement card. You know what I mean? I feel like this thing was something he was unable to escape. I feel like they wanted him to do this. You know what I mean? So that they might give him some more deals. You know what I mean? This was kind of to get people talking about him again, not to mention get his name back out there. He needed a lot of stuff going on with him. He needed a lot of stuff because he was broke, depressed, destitute, all kind of stuff going on. What I'm seeing though is a lot of these cards is reversed, so I don't feel like there's going to be anything major for Lil Nas. You know what I mean? I feel like right now he's going through a lot of paranoia. I feel like the narrative right now is that he's on drugs, is what they're saying. You know what I mean? This is the narrative they're going to come out with, that he's on drugs and he got some. He got a legal case because of the whole, I think launching at a cop thing or hitting the cop, something like that. He did. He did this to cooperate with them so that he could become famous again. You got the High Priestess in reverse, which means, you know what I mean, there was also other hidden agendas. Let me see here. He didn't have a lot of options. He had to make those stupid choices because he thought this was going to lead to growth. You know what I mean? Hopefully he's going to be able, he wishes he could move past this. I just feel like he's grumbled away a lot of his money and he spent more than he was able to earn. Now he is going to get out of jail very soon if he hasn't gotten out already. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's still stuff yet to come that's going to come out about him. I feel like he's not ready to let go of his career. I don't know. Something in me is saying I just don't know if Lil Nas X is going to have more opportunities. I don't get the feeling that he is. I'm feeling like he did that to try to get back into the industry. You know what I mean? And like the higher ups is more laughing at him for doing it as opposed to being serious about helping him. I feel like it was just to tickle their fancy and get a laugh out of them. You know what I mean? They just feel like he too imbalanced. Plus, like I said, it's this narrative. I don't know if he actually is on drugs, but it's a narrative out there that he is, which I feel like they're going to screw him over with. I don't feel like he's going to get what he wants. You know what I mean? He's not going to be too successful. He's not going to prosper the way he want to prosper. You know what I mean? If anything, he's still dependent on the record heads. They said right now they'll take care of him. They'll give him what he wants. You know what I mean? But he's in debt. He's in a lot of debt. He's like right. I think if anything, all right. Monetary wise, I feel like he's not gonna get too much. I feel like he's in debt. He needs things for his family. You know what I mean? He's broke. He's destitute. He's desperate. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a lot of money options. Okay, these two things jumped. You know what I mean? Out the deck. Right now, he's just set in a no-win situation. He hasn't earned any kind of a living in quite a long time. You know what I mean? He was hot and buzzing 10 years ago, maybe, but not now. You know what I mean? They're not really thinking about Lil Nas X right now. I feel like he'll be given a lifeline, but it's nothing. But a lot of it's gonna be them tricking him. They feel like he's too unstable. Um, yeah, I don't feel like he's gonna receive a lot of money, you know what I mean, or a lot of opportunities. Maybe a little something, something here and there. They might throw him a little small bone. He might come back out with. I think his best things are behind him. Allegedly, this is what I'm seeing in the cards so far. We're gonna pull the oracle cards though and see what else. Adaption and reverse. Let me see here. Joy, memory. Lil Nas X remembers being famous. He get a lot of joy from when he was famous and doing stuff. He wants to remain relevant. You know what I mean? He's serious about remaining relevant, but he's not being able to adapt to life after fame. Let me see here. He's in balance, but he is a strong individual. He doesn't have a lot of creativity going on right now. I feel like there's something he needs to heal from. I think it's his mental state. He's very unstable mentally right now. Let me see here. That's what he's not trying to reveal to the public. You know what I mean? That he's very mentally ill. Not even to the public, also to the higher ups, because he thinks that he's going to get back into the game. You know what I mean? He thinks if he just continue on, it'll provide him with the lifestyle he once had. You know what I mean? This is what he truly believes. He is strong. Let me see here. He's strong minded. He has intention to grow to become famous again. You know what I mean? To get back to where he was. You know what I mean? And think that he's gonna have the freedom they're gonna have the freedom and autonomy to be able to collab with people and get new deals. But the thing of the matter is nobody's looking to collab with him right now. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Nobody's looking to collab with him. Nobody's looking to go back into work with Lil Nas X. He's just right now. He's like the laughing stock right now. They're sitting back laughing at him to think that he's really going to revise this career that they look at as kind of dead. You know what I mean? He thinks he's money. He thinks he's going to be back into the public's eye, that they're going to love him again like they once did. You know what I mean? He has no power to do that though. Yeah. Let me see, disgust and fear. I feel like his family kind of looked at him doing that and was like, what is he doing? I felt like he embarrassed them a little bit, allegedly, what I'm seeing in the cards of what my gut is saying. I feel like they felt embarrassed. They felt weirded out. They felt like, OMG, what is he doing? That's so embarrassing. Something's wrong with him. He need help. He just really embarrassed his family. His family was not on board with him walking down the street in his underwear. Let's pull these last bit of cards. I think he's been having bad thoughts about self-deleting. You know what I mean? He has very low energy at this time. I feel like he needs spiritual protection. Honestly, Lil Nas X. Right now, Lil Nas X is going through some things. You know what I mean? Um, he's not giving himself a lot of self-care. As a result, I feel like he's different from the way he used to be. It's not, he hasn't been giving up a lot of self care. Whatever is going on, these negative thoughts and this low energy is consuming him. I feel like even he felt ashamed and depressed once he did, you know what I mean, that walking down the street. But I feel like he was pushed into doing that. I feel like it was to get some attention with him, but I feel like it wasn't his idea to do it. But tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think Little Nas X would get any deals after this? Do you think that he's mentally unstable right now? Do you think that his career is on the downslide and can't be revised the way it used to be? Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I'll see you in the next reading. Love you, my babies. Have a good one.